Here we will show you a very simple modification of BL602 Magic Home LED strip. This LED strip controller is sold without any buttons, so it's not possible to turn on and off LEDs directly, it can be only done by a phone. We will use OpenBL602 functionality to add a physical button to it so it can be used to control LEDs even while Wi-Fi is out. Of course, our open source firmware have to be flashed first, so if you haven't flashed it already, please see our previous flashing videos. Let's start by looking at PCB. As you can see, there is an unused IR pad. We can repurpose it and use it for the button. There is also a ground pad which will be useful for us. Button can be connected between a GPIO and ground. This microcontroller supports programmable pull-ups, so we don't need any resistors. Here is the button that we are going to solder to the pads. Such buttons are very cheap and you can easily buy them in any electronic shop. Let's start by adding flags to the pads. Flags make soldering easier. Then add some PB solder, but only to one pad. We will use this pad to hold the button in place. Solder the first pin of the button, then bend the second leg of the button so it connects to the ground. Next is time to solder the second pin of the button. Soldering to the ground pad is a bit harder because it requires a bit more heating, but it is still possible. Finally, you can slightly correct the alignment of the button pins. Okay, now we are going to cut a hole in plastic case of the LED controller. It can be done with any Dremel-like tool. First we tried to do this on camera, but it may be dangerous, so the cutting was finished outside the video. Here is the finished cut. You also might need to cut out a part of the plastic cover. You can also reinforce the button with some glue, but in our case it was not needed. The button fits well in the case. Okay, now you can finally just set the I/O role for the chosen pin in the configuration menu. Of course, you need to know which pin you have used, but you can easily find it out with BL602 datasheet and by following the tracks on the PCB. If you want to get full LED control, please use button Smart LED Roll. It's a button that gives you full control of LEDs. Clicking this button toggles the LEDs. Holding these buttons allows you to adjust the brightness of LEDs, and double-clicking allows you to change the color. You can also use a triple click to change the temperature, if your LED strip supports it. Now it's time for a final test. As you can see, our new button is working. It's now possible to power on and power off the LEDs by pressing the button. It's also possible to control their color and adjust their brightness. This is very useful because thanks to our button you can control your LED strip without using your phone. It was not possible on the stock firmware. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please visit our forum. You can also visit our online device templates list and even submit a new template if you have a device that is not yet listed. See you on the forum.